This video contains mature and/or graphic content. Parents are advised that these images may not be suitable for young children.
Welcome, everyone, including those of you in the crowd. Joining us today is dermatologist Dr. Sonia Batra. Welcome back, Dr. Batra. He's in the house. So let's get started. The creator of the Brazilian butt lift debuted a new treatment for a perkier backside. It has nothing to do with working out. It does work like shapewear, though, from the inside. Surgeons are purportedly threading strips of surgical mesh across the buttock area, securing it to the bone in the lower back to create an internal shapewear butt lift? This sounds awful.
So these are actually mesh strips. They're polytetrafluoroethylene, PTFE, which are strips that aren't even FDA approved in the US.
Right.
And they're surgically implanting them to lift you and screwing them into the bone. Now, this is a procedure that's currently only being done in Brazil and Portugal. So it has not yet, hopefully, hit the US.
When it comes to plastic surgery, they practice it in Brazil first, and then if it works, we hear about it at a meeting, and then it comes to us. But the whole concept of putting things in to lift tissue is not new. We do put threads in the face. People have been putting threads in the neck. We do use mesh, sort of an internal brassiere, with breast lifting so that so the breasts don't so-called bottom out after the surgery. So it does work. It's not going to work, though, in the buttock. There's too much tissue.
Isn't there also a significant risk of it tearing? And that area, there's so much muscle in that area to begin with, and the movements, just going down to sit down.
Those are the biggest muscles in the body. And if you lose one of these suspension threads, you're going to have a butt that kind of goes.
Yeah, I can just see it now. You go sit down like, uh-oh.
Well, we know that this mesh is approved for some hernia repair and some abdominal surgery, but we do also know that when it's been used in the past in the pelvic floor for women, there were huge problems with migration and in general, anytime and erosion through the pelvic floor. The other thing is anytime you put something internal like this, it can stimulate a lot of inflammation. You can have a foreign body reaction, infection.
It can work its way to the surface.
External shapewear is sounding better and better to me.
Yeah, and in fact, there was another report of using these internal bras where they put a silicone sheet in the chest between the skin and the breast tissue, and they actually screw this in with titanium screws to the rib cage. And
that's a little severe.
And we have a few before and after pictures, and that's uncomfortable to even look at.
We do that. Not that infrequently on somebody who's lost a lot of weight.
Right.
Who has a loose skin, you do make a circumferential. But that's, sure, I can lift your butt if I cut all the way around your body.
That's my point.
But just relying on these sutures, that's a little bit different.
yeah, and anytime you implant something, you have to worry about a foreign body reaction, inflammation, and in some cases, even the metal can obscure some of the imaging studies we do to detect cancer and other abnormalities. So really,
or just do your squats, do your leg raising.
It's amazing how, ironically, you mentioned the squats. It's amazing how even just a few times a day, you do some body weight squats, how much that can do to develop the gluteus muscles, and wow.
You make excuses, no, that's just not my body. I don't have a butt, no matter how much and that's not true. I mean, maybe you can't develop like somebody else.
It's tough to just go from nothing to Kim Kardashian, but.
Well, that's a lot of squats.